Hey, happy Monday. Good morning, Core 1000 folks. Here we go on week 7. As soon as possible, I'll get the grades for last week's stuff posted. It just takes a while. I try to provide comments on those. Would you do me a favor, please, all of you? Make sure you're just clear on the directions. Every point counts in this stuff, and I know sometimes folks, I know we get into a rush. Sometimes folks are just losing points just by not following the simple instructions, and those things are just kind of like the no-brainer points. And I know life is complicated, but at the beginning of the week, maybe today, just set the stage, plan out your week, and then execute that plan. For this week, it's kind of straightforward. I'm going to ask you to watch a 2-hour movie, and it'll be the main content for this week. I would highly recommend that you go through it a couple times and take notes. And over the past couple of weeks, we've talked about voices and perspectives and responses. This week, we'll stick with sort of the content and the theme, and we'll hear different voices. And after you watch this movie, and I would really recommend that you do go through this twice, which will just mean you have to give yourself some time. There are some questions to answer. And also this week, we'll talk a little bit about quoting sources. So kind of this week, relatively straightforward. There's a video or a movie to watch. Please go through it a couple times. There's some serious stuff in there, and we get to analyze voices and perspectives and audiences. There's some questions to submit as a response. And then I'd like you to turn in some quotation examples. So please take a look. There's a chapter in They Say, I Say. It's kind of a relatively short chapter. Please annotate that. It's not very long at all, and we'll practice those skills again, annotation and summarizing. And then I'm going to ask you to use quotation marks. So as we start to use sources, there are ways to do it that work and that are effective and that are not plagiarism. And there are some inappropriate kind of ways and less effective ways to use sources is what we're really talking about. So voices and perspectives and sources this week. I'll reach out to you individually. I'm going to get your scores up. It's posted as soon as possible. Please take a look at those. If you haven't been checking your emails, I would really appreciate it if you would. And then as soon as possible, take a look at the week 7 module. Take a look at the overview. See what you have in front of you. There are really a couple of things to do. As I said, there's a movie to watch and a chapter to deal with, and you've got 2 submissions to make this week. There's a discussion submission like we always have, and then there'll be a written submission like we always have as well. I really appreciate the work, folks. We're coming up on halfway point of the semester already. Please make sure you know where your grade is. Please go back and take a look at some of the feedback, and I'm going to reach out to you individually. I know sometimes email seems archaic, but that's how we communicate. I'm also available basically 24/7. So if you need to call me, if you need to text me, if we need to communicate in any way, shape, or form, please know that I'm here for you. Please take this stuff seriously. The grade book is important, but you're really in here for this content, and you're really in here for the skills that you're starting to build or continuing to hone. Have a safe Monday. It's a beautiful day here in Minneapolis. I hope it's gorgeous where you are. Please stay safe. Please get cranking today. Use the time to your advantage.